let's drive around. Walk over there, bang. Woo. All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the MLB Report for a Tuesday. It is June 6th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Ruby Tuesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Sign up today and play with the top baseball pickers each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. Let's go take a look at our top score, and it's same score. It's on-time 34. Scott Christensen is at 824. Ron Raymond, 802. And Art 55 is at 742. And let's take a look at our... we do have a Gold Glove winner. Art Kent got a Gold Glove last week. And anytime you have a perfect day in baseball, you pick up a Gold Glove. And congratulations, Arthur Kent, for picking up the Gold Glove. The most followed, you can follow some of the top pickers here each and every day. And let's take a look at the hottest pickers. And 19-4 the last couple of days. Hawkeyes 16-7. So yeah, having a good run. In fact, I'm winning 68% of my baseball picks. I was looking at it this morning. I'm like, man, I'm hotter than a pistol right now. Look at that. 43 on my 55 to 62% pick. So every time you do your selections, you're 43. I'm 43-19 in the 55 to 62% range. That's good for 70%. So every time you see somebody give their selection into the confidence level area, and you go look at, when you follow their picks, you go look at their confidence level, and you can see anytime I'm hitting between 55% and 62%, hitting 70% of my picks, 3-0 on 63 and 72%, and then 73% to 100, I'm 3-1. So if you take these selections right here, you can see 49 picks and 20 losses. So yeah, that's a pretty good ratio right there, and having a good run. Knock on wood. Let's hope we can keep it going. Also, don't forget, check out the atscalculator.com. CFL football is underway, and you want to check if you want to do some number crunching. You can use the atscalculator.com, especially for baseball totals. If you like totals, this is a pretty good number to the website to use for betting on totals. In fact, let's say if you got the Houston Astros, man, hey, that was we had Houston yesterday, and I like the over in that game, and yeah, you feel pretty good after the first inning when it's 6-0, right? Houston against Toronto, and we'll do the old survey says, and if you scroll down to the bottom, we got 8.58 runs, and we have the away team winning by 0.54. Check it out today, atscalculator.com, and hopefully it can help you with your number crunching if you're into analytics. Also, don't forget, the CFL football season kicks off this Thursday. That's right, the Canadian Football League kicks off this Thursday, and we do have some good games. BC's taking on Calgary, the Stampeders at McMahon Stadium, and right now Calgary a 3.5-point favorite. BC 46.5 is the total. Hamilton traveling to Winnipeg, take on the Blue Bombers as a 4.5-point road underdog. 47.5 is the total. Ottawa taking on Montreal. The Alouettes, funny enough, minus 1.5. Thought this would be like closer to a pick'em line, but minus 1.5, and the over/under at 45.5. And Saskatchewan, the Green Riders taking on the Edmonton Elks in Edmonton at Commonwealth Stadium. Saskatchewan a 7-point favorite, 2.5-point favorite, 45.5. I did my lines this week on the games. I'll give you guys those later on in the show. But yeah, so just want to give a shout out to the Canadian Football League, the CFL. Football's here, and if you want to bet CFL and you need winning information for the Canadian Football League, you can get it right here at atsstats.com. Go inside the members area. In fact, go to the front page. And I did a report yesterday on the Canadian Football League Week 1, and it's about the numbers. And what I've done is I went in, I'm giving you an update on all the game, the history of the number, right? The thing in sports betting, you're not really betting on teams, you're betting the number. And it's how you crunch the number, and you got to put yourself in the bookmaker's shoe, because what do we always say, right? The bookmaker's job is to put 100 people in the room, got to get 50 people betting on the BC Lions, 50 betting on Calgary, and they'll figure out their juice in the middle. But we handicap the numbers here. That's why, hence the website, atsstats.com. And I got some nice team trends for you guys. In fact, the under this week, you want to keep an eye on the under trend. The under trend's been really big in the CFL the last couple of years. But looking at Montreal's record during week 1 since 1996, 13-3. 13-3 for the Alouettes during week 1. And Saskatchewan, let me see here. We got some other good. Montreal is a favorite in the last 15 in that role. 6-9 against the point spread, right? And yeah, also here's the thing I was telling you guys. I have some really good numbers. I thought the totals had some really good numbers on the total, but let me see here. 1-6, 13-23-0. Yeah, so if you want to just check it out, on any home teams, a total between 46.5 to 49 during week 1 to week 4, pretty balanced, 41, 47, and 1. But any CFL team that's a pick'em to +3 home underdog with a total of 43.5 to 46.5 since 1996, good for 60.9%, and that is the Edmonton Elks. No, sorry, the who's a home underdog? No, there's CFL home underdog with a total between 43. So it doesn't come in effect this weekend, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it comes into effect. Well, actually it does. Yes, the Edmonton Elks. Yeah, Edmonton's a home underdog of 2.5. And the total's 45.5. So yeah, so Edmonton, I think Edmonton looks like a good place. Saskatchewan, new quarterback this year, and with Harris. So, a lot of moving parts in the CFL this offseason. So we'll see. We'll kick it off later on, and we'll talk more. Maybe on the Thursday show, I'll have more of a dedicated CFL season show for you guys. All right. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good afternoon, and good night. You can tell I'm off track. The weekend, had a wedding this weekend. A lot of fun. But yeah. So good morning, good afternoon, and good night, or good evening, wherever you are located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. 17 degrees today in the nation's capital, and a lot of smoke in the air here. We had upper and northern Quebec, there was a big forest fires, and all the smoke's been traveling down, so the smoke advisory for the breathing here in Ottawa has been a little bit thick this morning. In fact, when we woke up this morning, it was all yellow outside, and you can smell the fires from northern Quebec. So yeah, not fun times in this area in the region, especially in Quebec, where all the fires. So hopefully everybody's safe up there, and we get that under control very, very soon. Got a good show lined up for you guys here today. We're gonna do a feed the ponies like we always do. After we feed the ponies, we'll go through the computer picks for the Major League Baseball. In fact, man, baseball has been, as Sammy Sosa used to say, very, very good to me. In fact, when I go look at my selections for baseball the last couple of weeks, I had Houston yesterday. I had the Florida Panthers. I'll talk about the Panthers collapse in Vegas the last couple of days, but look at the Pittsburgh. I had Marlins. This is all. I took Sunday off, and I only had one, and I didn't have a play yesterday. I didn't like anything on the board except that Houston game. But yeah, you can see I've been on a pretty good tear lately, so hopefully we can keep that going for you guys here today, and we'll handicap the games, and then we'll talk about the top 25 sports betting trends, or the sports betting options. I'll give you guys the talking about 80% club stats, right, AI?
We talking about
80% club stats, and we'll give you guys that in just a few minutes. But show me the money, says Scott Christensen.
Show me the money!
Yeah. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Robert Velez. Good morning, Lee Clark. Lee's in the house. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Ron. Pearls, baby. Just give him the pearls, baby. Hey, like my good friend Greg Dempson used to say, you could be a Nobel Peace Prize winner. If you don't give them the pearls, they don't come back. Derek Perez in the house. Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Ray. Do you like the Yankees to beat the White Sox today? You know what? We had some issues on the website this morning, so I had to do a little bit of damage control with our programmer, but was able to get things going. So yeah, a little off this morning because of the curveball we got with the server. But as they say in show business, the show must go on, and we got the show going on there, right, Rick? Yeah. Woo. Oh, there's my good friend.
Put that coffee down.
Coffee's for closer, and there's Gloria K. She's in the house. How you doing there, Gloria? Morning bullpen, rise and shine. I miss everyone with a big heart, and we miss you, Gloria. Scott's in the house in week 1 CFL away dogs when the line is higher than 5. Let me see. Okay, Scott, you're gonna have to learn how to type here. Hey, in week 1 away dogs when the line is higher than 5. 17-4 against the point spread. Ooh, really, eh? I'll have to go to the old database to see if you're telling the truth there, Scott. Eh? I'll have to go in my database and to fact check on that one. Good morning, Coach. It's the network. WNBA been treating me right, says Who's Mizzou. The network's in the house. Good morning, Who's Mizzou. And yeah, you know what I've been saying? I was going to look into the ATS calculator to get those WNBA stats, and I'll have to talk to Pradeep about that. All right. I can see the bullpen's up and roaring. I love it. Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's a Ruby Tuesday, June 6th. And as we always do before we start the show, let's go feed the ponies. To be the man, you gotta beat them. Get him in the gate. You're off and running today at Parks Racing. Hey, just wanted my DJ voice or my stadium announcer voice. Hey, they're off and running today at Parks Racing. A first race at Parks is a $5,000 claiming race. 12:40 post time. The distance 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. And we're looking at the number 8 horse Leviosa with Adorno taking the ride. Look at Adorno's win ratio in the win placers show. Last 100 races, 42% for Adorno. And if you ever wonder what these percentage play beside the jockeys are, that's their in the money percentage play the last 100 races. So in the last 100 races when Adorno has taken the saddle, the ride, he's either win, place, or show 42% in the last 100. Levioso 8-1 morning line. The number 4 horse Boca Royalty with Wolfson taking a ride on Boca Royalty, and you can see 6-1 morning line on Boca Royalty. And the number 3 horse Gavici Ocasio taking a ride on the number 3 horse Gavici, 9-2 morning line. And your Joker's Wild selection of the day is the number 1 horse Live Aid with Gonzalez taking a ride on Live Aid, 28% in the money for the number 1 horse, which is 2-1 morning line. And if you're going to bet these horses today, I would ride, hey, Leviosa, number 8 horse with Adorno, 42%. Put 10 to win, 10 to place on the 8, Leviosa, 8-1 morning line. And if it comes in, might pay a nice little payout right there. And hopefully it kicks your day off with a right track. Hey, nothing better than going to the track and winning the first race, right? All my horse bettors out there, isn't that the best feeling when you go there to the track, especially when you're running late, hey? You know when you're running late to the track and you know that it's post time in like 10 minutes and you're still in the parking lot and you're like, crap, I hate this. I hate rushing in. I want to do my homework. But, as a good handicapper, you probably do your homework the day before, right? Hey? And so you want to get those, you want to get off the kick off the races right? You want to get in there, win that first race, and then you want to be betting with house money the rest of the way of the day, right? But woo, says one and done sports. Hey, somebody wanted to be the man.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
There you go. You ask and you shall receive a Robert Velez. All right, we got a good show lined up for you guys today. And before we get on to Major League Baseball, let's go take a look at the stock markets or the sports betting markets. And as I always do, in this corner, weighing in, not the strength of schedule, but we're going to go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and we're going to take a look on how the favorites have done in the last couple days. Well, yeah, no wonder I'm doing pretty well. Look at the favorites. 7-1 yesterday, 6-9 though for the dogs on Sunday, 13-3 Saturday, 6-8 on Friday. We've been talking about this the last couple days, right? In the SBI. If you look in the month of April down here, look at all the favorites winning this day. And it's been a dog's breakfast the last couple of weeks. Look at this. Underdog, favorite. We got a tie. Favorite, underdog. Like, look at this. I've never seen this. Wow. It's like the zigzag theory back in the old days in basketball, right? You bet the favorite one day, the underdog. Now look at this. Favorite, underdog, favorite, underdog. This is pretty amazing when you think about it. This day really threw everything off. For the last 2 weeks, it was either a favorite, underdog. And look at the SBI. Let me see the last 30 days. Yeah, 55.4%. 7 days, 63% for the favorites. But wow, that's why we're in a bullish. Remember last week we were in a neutral market for the favorites. Now we're completely bullish. In fact, the last 3 days, 69.7% of the favorites have won the last 3 days, and for the over/unders, 59% of the baseball games the last 7 days have gone under. And if you're betting the favorites on the run line, 63% for the favorites, 57 the last 3 days, but pretty much even Steven when it comes to the 7-day average. And that is your MLB SBI report for Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday, June 6th. All right, in this corner, let's get ready to rumble. All right, let's get ready to get to the Major League Baseball, and let's go handicap some games. Again, I really didn't get a chance this morning to look at all. I was able to update all the odds, but I like to go into my report card area each and every day. When I log into the website, if you have a membership at ATS Stats, then why wouldn't you, right? Once you log in, go to your markets, go to the tip sheets, go to report card, and once you go to your report card, go to MLB. And if you don't have a lot of time to handicap and you want a snapshot, the one thing about handicapping, and I've talked about the Raymond report and my fundamentals, and it's all about value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and the money management system. And to me, especially in college football, on a very busy weekend of college football where there's over like 70 games, and if you're a thorough handicapper, obviously it's a lot of time to consume to handicap 70 football games. So you need like a process of elimination to this. If you have like a system or a theory that you really believe in, and that, okay, I got to stick to my golden rules of sports betting, this is a good way to help you with your process of elimination on how to stick to the top games, right? So you can see right here, we give you the Cal, the chance of winning, the forecasts, the home and away record, how teams do against teams at a 60 or higher win percentage, which I label A-type teams. The B's are the B-type teams, your average teams, right? The 50 to 59.9. And then the C's are like your old high school sweetheart. They're going to break your heart eventually. Those are teams below 500. And then you got the value index if a team is in a bearish, neutral, or bullish cycle. And then the daily market value index, right? You want to take this number, compare it to the bookmaker's number to see if a price is undervalued, overvalued, or fair market value. And then we got your bet units and what we normally recommend if you're going to bet on those games. All right, let's go to the computer picks, and let's handicap today's baseball games. And looking forward to really some CFL action this weekend. The thing I love about football week one, it's everybody's on the same equal footing, right? When the bookmaker really, they're going on their data that they have from the last couple of years, and you got teams that change, a lot of players that change teams. So week one, especially in the NFL, who's who in the zoo, right? Who's who in the zoo, and between you and the bookmaker, that's where your opportunity to make money is in week one of any football season, right? Because nobody's been tested yet. All right, Rockies returning home today off a 7-game road trip, says Scott. Hey, that's good information right there. So you get a Harry Carey right there. Where's my Harry Carey? Come on, Harry.
Holy cow!
There you go. You got a Harry Carey there, Scotty. All right, Detroit taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Taijuan Walker going up against Tyler Alexander. And you can see the line, minus 210. Now, yesterday at bullpenpicks.com, and I'll do this today. I'll go handicap, then I'll come and make my selections. I just thought, here's my thought process yesterday. When I look at my selections that I did, let me go back to Bullpen and my account. I took some really big underdogs yesterday. Obviously, Tampa Bay in the afternoon. Milwaukee, yeah, they were, I believe they were a favorite. Miami, I took Houston. I took the Padres. I took the Pirates. I took the Cardinals and Tigers. those were my two. Sometimes when your Texas Rangers had a really good weekend. Actually, they've been having a good year. Just you get this feeling. It's like, you know what? It's like the stock market. What comes up must come down. And I just thought the value was there in St. Louis. And it was a 4-3 final, extra 10 innings. So it almost came in. If you played the run line, you're smiling like a butcher's dog. But I had Detroit too. Detroit, yeah, they pooped the bed, but didn't make a game out of it. Those were my two big long shots. And you know what? In baseball, you got to do that sometimes. You just can't take that big tall glass of milk and wash down the chalk all day, right? You got to live by the sword, die by the sword type thing. All right, the Phillies minus 210, again overvalued. I had them at minus 180. I got them at a 65.5% chance of winning. The Phillies on a 3-game win streak. Detroit on a 4-game slide right now, and Tyler Alexander going to go here. Alexander, actually, it could be Garrett Hill, so keep an eye out. I'm seeing Garrett Hill, but it all depends. It's baseball. Pitchers change all the time. But Detroit, the only thing that scares me, they're on a 4-game losing streak, so I'm probably going to go with the Phillies here. I got 5.6 to 3.9, the over-under at 9.63. So we do have it going over the total, and if you use the ATS calculator, let's see what the calculator has on this one. Let's go to MLB. Let's still reset right here. So you just click the reset button, and then let's go Detroit, and let's go Philadelphia, and let's say what the old survey says, and it says home team 1.93, 8.41. So it does like it to go under the total today at Citizen Bank Park. Kansas City taking on the Miami Marlins. A big win for the Marlins yesterday. 9-6 was the final. Jesus Luzardo today is going to be on the bump. He'll be up against the old vet Zach Greinke. Greinke 1-5, 4.19 ERA on the season, and for Jesus Luzardo 4-4, a 4.05 ERA, the lefty. And keep an eye on the lefty versus righty matchup. And looking at the Marlins, don't look now. Marlins 8-2 in the last 10 games, and they are 33-28 on the season. A good under the radar value team, I find the Marlins are. Minus 160's line, at them at 156, right? So if you do like the Marlins here today, guys, you are getting them at fair market value. And Zach Greinke gonna go for the Royals. Royals 3-7. Man, the Royals and Oakland A's, just not good. Not good. I had them at plus 169, so you're getting a 140 today, so they're undervalued. The Kogo's at 35%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total, and we are going to lean with the Marlins in this one. 4.2 to 3.9, the over-under, listed at 8.27. And let's take a look at the Kansas City on the road this season. You can see they're 9-19, and for the Marlins, 19-13, bullish for 4 days. They've been bullish for 4 days. And we do recommend a 2-unit wager today on the Miami Marlins. Minnesota Twins taking on the hot Tampa Bay Rays. In fact, not so hot. They cooled off. Lukewarm, right? We'll call them lukewarm. 60% is lukewarm. And you can see Zach Eflin's going up against Louis Farland. Louis Farland of the, I just gave you a little French, a French Louis right there. I gave you a French Louis. And Farland going up here against Zach Eflin for the Tampa Bay Rays. Zach is 7-1 on the year, 3.30 ERA, where Louis Varland is 3-1 with a 3.51 ERA. The chance of winning this game here today for the Rays at 56.5%. Tampa Bay is now on a 3-game win streak. The last 3 games for the Rays have gone under the total. Same thing for the Twinkies. That's why your Kogo's at a very high 75% today. Again, Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. That's the percentage play. What goes up must come down. You can't continue to always have unders, right? And that's why the Kogo is at very high, the indicator. And I did have Tampa Bay listed at 161 here today, and they are overvalued at minus 180. But we got them winning 4.7 to 3.58. The over-under at 8.35. And let me see here. Minnesota's last game, a 2-1 loss to Joe Ryan in the Guardians. So tough loss there for the Twinkies, who are 5-5 in their last 10 games. Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Washington Nationals. In fact, Arizona, if you watched that game on Sunday against the Atlanta Braves, they were pretty much in control until the later innings, until the bullpen came in and Atlanta just flexed their muscle and ran out with a 8-5 victory over the Tampa Bay Rays. Now today for the Nationals, you got Jake Irvin up against Tommy Henry. I believe Tommy is a lefty, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Where's Tommy Henry? Where's my Arizona Diamondback. Okay, where is did they take that game off the board already? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the lefty, 3-1 at 3.73 ERA. Jake Irvin is 1-3 at 5.67 ERA. And for the chance of winning this game, does favor Arizona, which is the team I've been telling you guys I've been on since the beginning of the season. It's one of those teams that the public just keeps betting against. The bookmakers don't believe it, and all they do is just win, win, win. Hey, all I do is win, 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 and that's all Arizona does. And big loss against Atlanta. What's the strength of schedule? Strength of schedule last 7 is where is the SOS? Hey, sending out an SOS. Oh, there it is. 40.81%. Speaking of SOS, we did fix the. Remember, I told you guys when you do this show, this is where you do your quality control fixing, right? So if you go to your betting tools here, go to your dashboard, go to strength of schedule, and we did fix the SOS, the strength of schedule. And let me see, where's this hockey? Yeah, I'll get into hockey just a bit. Man, Florida, game 3, they don't win that. That's all she wrote. And which team we doing here? We're doing Arizona, right? All right, there we go. Arizona, yeah. So you can see their strength of schedule, 48.07 on the year, 49.7 last 7 games, and 50.08 for the last 14 games. What you want to do is look at the power rating beside each, right? So I update the power rating each and every day for the season, the last 7 games, and the last 14 games. This is a good tool to use and I'm a really big strength of schedule handicapper. I love the strength of schedule because there's a mindset going into a game, right? When you think about the favorite, when you're the team, or like say even as a player, when you're a favorite, like think of it this way. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're the Tampa Bay Rays and you're playing Oakland. What's your mindset if you're the manager, the player, the organization, and you're going to play Oakland or they're coming to you, right? There's this perception like, oh, easy win, but that's very dangerous way of thinking, right? You got to treat each game like it's the most important game. Like we always say in football, the next important play in football is the next play. The next important game in football is the next play, right? And that's the same mentality you got to have in sports. The next important bet is the next bet, right? That's truer words can be spoken right there, right, Tom?
Show me the money!
Yeah. So check out the strength of schedule. We do have it listed right here, and it's a really good tool for you guys to use, and hopefully you guys will use it. And looking at Arizona, Washington 5.2 to 4.64, and we have the over/under listed here at 9.86. So let me just do a double check right here. What did I have? Arizona 49, 48, 49. Okay, let me see here. What 40 point? Yeah, I said I got it fixed, and it's not even showing up fixed here. So I got to talk to Pradeep about that. So yeah, so we'll take 2. We'll fix this again. So, but you want to use this page right here, the strength of schedule on this page. So you can see the teams win, their win percentage, their losing percentage, the strength of schedule they faced this season. But this is the one you want to look at. Last 7 games. So the teams they faced the last 7 games have a winning percentage of 49.7, and the last 14 games at 50.08, and that's big too, right? In fact, who did Arizona play? See, more quality control here. Let's do some more quality control. So let's take a look at Arizona's last 7 games. So Atlanta's one of them. So we know Atlanta has a winning percentage record, and let me see. We got Atlanta, Colorado, and Boston. All right. So there's your strength of schedule. So I got to look at the. Let me just pull up the standings. Hey. All right. So Major League Baseball standings. So let me see here. We got Atlanta Braves, a winning percentage of 59%. Right. See, this is always good to do some quality control on air, right? Atlanta. You got Colorado, which is not having. Actually, they had a good run, but then kind of melted there for a while. 42%, and then you had the what's the other one? Boston Red Sox. Yeah, Boston 50%. All right, so there you go, and that is. And if you scroll right back down here, strength of schedule. Yeah, 49.7. Yeah, so you know what? That 42 is bringing that average down to the last 7. All right, so we're good. And just want to double check. But yeah, we're going to update this little section right here. and you want to check it out. Today, we do have Arizona winning at, let me see, a clip of 50.5%, and Washington on a 2-game losing streak, losing to the Phillies. In fact, they got smoked 11-3 was the final. For Washington, the last 10 games, 4-6 straight up, 6-4 to the over-under. I did have Arizona, though, listed at -142 on my value index. So if you do like the Arizona Diamondbacks, I got them listed at, the bookmaker has them listed at 150. I got them at 142, so we got an $8 difference, which is okay because to me it's fair market value, right? So I think that's a pretty good fair price for a road team playing Washington. Could be dangerous, though. Washington, it could be hit and miss sometimes, right? Even though they're 4-6 in their last 10, 24-34 in the year. And today, Jake Irvin, sorry, Jake, didn't mean to butcher your name right there. Or call you a jerk. Jake Irvin, 1-3, a 5.67 ERA. All right, let's get off this one because I feel I've been like beating a dead horse right here. All right, Chicago White Sox taking on the New York Yankees. A -170 is the line. 8.5 is the total. You got Lucas Giolito taking on Clark Schmidt of the New York Yankees. The Yankees 36-25 on the year. Chicago White Sox, you know what? Just they can't turn that corner. The White Sox cannot. They are who we thought they were. Where's my my Denny Green? Hey.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Yeah, they're not getting off the hook this time, right? Yeah, I don't know, Coach, but Chicago White Sox not able to turn the corner. In fact, they're now on a 3-game losing streak. The good news is, though, Lucas Giolito has found a bit of his form that he had a couple of years ago. And Giolito, 4-4. Hey, it's just that's the way it goes, right? 4-4, 4.08. Clark Schmidt, 2-5. Hey, this could be a big start for Clark Schmidt. If he doesn't turn this around, he might find himself in the bullpen, right? For the Yankees, -170 is the line, and I got him at 175. So fair market value if you do like the Bronx Bombers here today. And I got 142. So pretty much fair market value here for both these teams. For the New York Yankees, they're just happy to get out of Dodge, literally. Hey, LA Dodgers, no pun intended right there. Off even though they did win that Sunday night ESPN game of the week, 4-1. And for the White Sox, they lost. They beat the Tigers, 6-2 was the final. The White Sox, though, on a 3-game win streak, but up against the Yankees, who are back home on the East Coast. They spent a couple of days on the West Coast playing I believe it was the Angels and the. Let me see. It was the Angels and Dodgers or the A's. Let me see here. Let me go to the Yankees and see who they played. And we'll see right here. Hey, I need that study that SOS says John X. So the Yankees coming off that Western road string. Yeah, Seattle and the Padres. Yeah, the Padres there. No Angels. Seattle. Yeah, Seattle was let me see that 10-4 game number 1, 10-2 in game number 2, and then they lost 1-0 George Kirby against Clark Schmidt. Hey, there's Clark Schmidt again. 65.6% chance of winning, and when we look at the, let me take a look at the numbers. Let me just go right there. Let me take a look at the Yankees' home record this season. You can see they're 19-13, and against those C-type teams, 16-3 against those C-type teams. I do like the Yankees here. 5.2 to 4.28. The over/under at 9.48. Pittsburgh taking on the Oakland Athletics. You got the Pirates, a big favorite. In fact, -240. You haven't seen the Pirates. When was the last time they were a 200 or more favorite? Last couple of years, for sure. Last couple of years. You can see the streak though. Pittsburgh on a 6-game win streak. Pittsburgh had a really good start to the season. They hit that hiccup about for 2-3 weeks. But I think the strength of schedule had a big part to play with that. And now looking at the strength of schedule for the Bucks, I'm going to use this form right here. You can see Pittsburgh strength of schedule. Where's the Bucks? 50.908 on the season. 49.9, 43.2 to last. See, that's why they're winning. They're playing the beatables, right? And then if you look at the last 14 games, they're 8-6 last 14. Strength of schedule of 50.1% and 43.2% the last 7. So beating the beatables, which you're supposed to do in baseball, and if they can have a really good a weekend series or a 3-game series or 3 or 2, whatever they're playing Oakland. Taking a look at the National League Central Division, nobody wants to win this division. You got Pittsburgh at 32-27, half a game behind Milwaukee, who's 32-28. The Cincinnati Reds, 27-33, 5.5 games back. You got the Cubbies, 26-33, 6 games back. And then you got the Cards, 25-36. Not going as planned for the Cardinals. I thought they would be more of a middle of the pack or even near the top on the Central. But here's the thing, they're only 8 games back, and nobody's really running away with this division. So we'll see what happens after the All-Star break if one team eventually wants to start running away with this. But I don't see Pittsburgh having problems today against Oakland, especially with Mitch Keller on the mound. And looking at Keller's number on the season, you can see that Keller 7-1, a 3.25 ERA, and up against James Caprielin, who's 0-6 with a bloated ERA of 8.12. All right, 8.12 ERA, that's pretty high. All right, let's go to that Toronto Blue Jays. Alex Manoah, yeah, it's you know what? I think it's time for sending Alex to the you know, just you hate to send you know, especially Alex had a great season last year, but it's just to get his head right. Go down AAA, go through a couple of outings, and then come back and hopefully get that confidence back because yeah, that was a rough first inning for Alex. And today the Blue Jays are going to send Kevin Gausman to the hill against Hunter Brown. Now Gausman been one of the bright, you know, along with Bassett, and Barrios been pretty good too. And looking at Gausman's last start against the Milwaukee, he went 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 walks, 11 Ks. And you know what? He struck out 11 2 other times this year. One in April 12th against Detroit, April 23rd against the Yankees. Then you had 13 Ks against Seattle, 10 Ks against New York. So yeah, so you know what? Gausman is finding his form. The bad news is, up against Hunter Brown and the Houston Astros, Hunter is 5-2, a 3.61 ERA. The Houston Astros, off that big win yesterday, 11-4. And we used to have remember one of our guys, Daytona. Remember the in my book, Ron Raymond's top 50 sports betting secrets. We have a one of the theories is that anytime a team is off a 7 or run more win, you tend to keep playing them because you know they're in that zone, right? So I'm gonna have to look up that in fact, let me go to, I'll do it after, I'll bring it up in the book. But Houston Astros today is 8.5 points the total, 130 is the line. I had the Blue Jays at -136 and I had the Astros at +108 on my value index. A bullish against B bullish type team. And looking at the records for both these teams heading into tonight's matchup at the Rogers Center, you can see that Toronto 15-11 at home at the Rogers Center, while Houston almost an identical record as their home record, 18-10 on the road, and against those B type teams 14-10. Look at this, against the beatables 15-6. Both these teams are bullish. So Toronto, we'll see. It's too bad because Toronto went into that game on a 4-game win streak, and it got broken yesterday. Last 2 games for the Blue Jays have gone over the total. They are 33-28 on the season, 3-7 to the under last 10, and the Kogos at 42%. And we do have the Jays winning today, 4.6 to 4.3. The over/under landing on 8.92, and we're gonna give Toronto a 54% chance of winning on the percentage play compared to 42.9 for Houston, which I also like. Maybe the run line on the Astros would be a way to lean. LA Dodgers sending Tony Gonsolin to the hill against Luke Weaver of the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati getting the win last night, 2-0 against Julio Teheran and the Brew Crew. So starting a new series here against the LA Dodgers. And for the Dodgers, yeah, lost 4-1 to the Yankees. In fact, let me go to my let me see if I can bring first game of a series. I wonder if I got that stat on the report. For the Dodgers, where's LA? There it is. Cincinnati against LA. Manoah killed me last night. I was expecting him to bounce back. And let me see here. I'm going to go to the Rant report. Scroll right down here. First game of a series on the road. I thought I had that. Let me see that stat right here. I'll have to go look it up. Let me see if I got it for Cincinnati. No, I'll have to go look it up. Uh-oh. If I got to go look it up, you know what's coming up, right? Elevator music. Hey, you know, if I go to the bullpen, if I go to the database, I got to bring up the elevator music. I know you guys love my elevator music, eh? All right, just for you guys. You want it, you got it. All right, Major League Baseball. Hey, nothing like starting the Tuesday with elevator music, right? All right, home team, first game of a series. All right, There we go. Right before the flute kicks in. Hey, we just kick it off before the flute kicks in. All right, let me see here. Current season. Cincinnati's the home team. First game was 6-4. Not bad. How about the LA Dodgers? I got a feeling it might. You know what? I say it might be better, but who knows? It's easy to win the home games. The road games, where some teams just 5-4. See, 6-3 to the over. So okay, you know what? Still Cincinnati. I don't know. 10.5 is the total. That's a big total right there. Tony Gonsolin, you got a good, like an ace pitcher going for the Dodgers. Let me see before I say call him an ace. Let me see if his ERA deserves that ace title. LA Dodgers. Where's Tony? Hey Tony, you get a rush from bowling, Tony? All right, Tony, 3-1. Yeah, 1.77 ERA. Hey, yeah, it's he deserves the ace tag right there, right? Minus 185 is the line, 143 is the total. So you can see that the Dodgers today overvalued on the Raymond report, a 50.9% chance of winning compared to 51.2. LA coming in on a 2-game lose streak. Last 2 games for the Cincinnati Reds have gone under the total. And looking at some of the other numbers right here. Yeah, what's the Kogo at? 51%. You know, this line here really struck me. It's like, wow, 10.5. Really? They must feel like LA's is going to come in and hit the crap out of that baseball today, right? Let me see what the old calculator says. Let me see. LA Dodgers. Hey, you ever get a rush from Bowling George? Hey, remember that Seinfeld episode? Hey, Bowling George. Nah. And then they go what? Rock climbing. All right, let me see here. LA against what did I say here? Cincinnati. We're off to Cincinnati. Bill Belichick. All right, let me see here. Away 9.52. I got the away team winning, but I got the calculator at 9.50. I don't know. Do you guys feel this total's a bit off? I got a feeling this total. You know what? Perception versus reality, right? Let's go with the old perception versus reality card right here. The perception is with Tony Gonsolin going and Luke Weaver. What's Luke Weaver's record? Maybe that's why it's 10.5. 1.2, 5.36 ERA. Okay, that could be doing it in a bit, but I don't know. I just think that the numbers are really high, but I got 11.44. And here's the thing: if I'm thinking 10.5 is too high, so is the betting public. So what do you think the bookmakers? He's confident, or he or she is confident that that they can hang 10.5 and they'll get even action. So maybe the over is where you want to go, right? Maybe the overs want to go. That's how you got to think. That's how you got to think in sports betting, right? And again, when you're talking about sports betting, it's apples and oranges from the fantasy sports market, right? I say this all the time when I talk to people at conference or at on podcasts. It's like the fantasy world and the sports betting world. The analogy I like to do is like sports betting is like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and then the fantasy world is like Red Bull and Monster, right? The energy drinks. It's two different, two drinks, but it's still two different categories. All right, yeah, Cincinnati. I don't know. I'll have to. I like LA in this one with Gonsolin going minus 185, overvalued, but that total has got me a little bit. Thinking. All right, Shane Bieber up against James Paxton today of the Boston Red Sox. The Bull Sox going into this one off a 4-1 loss to the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday. They're just happy they're not playing Tampa Bay anymore. Boston's on a 3-game losing streak, and looking at the line, minus 120. I had 126 as my value index. A 53.8% chance of winning here for the Guardians. 27-32. A little disappointed. I don't know about you guys. Are you disappointed with the Guardians so far this year? I thought Cleveland would be a little bit better than this, compared to the season they had last year. I don't know what their over-under total was on the year. Was it like 96 or something like that for the Guardians? Maybe somebody can correct me. But looking at Shane Bieber, who is 4-3 at 3.72 ERA. And when you look at Bieber's number, hey, now I'm into the Red Bull stats. Hey, I'm going into the Red Bull stats. I just talked about. Let me see here. What's home and away record? Where's Shane Bieber's home and away record? All right, at home this year, he is 3-1 with a 2.49 ERA, 1-2 on the road, and a 4.35 ERA. Walked for 9 innings, 4.3 at home. A lot of walks at home compared to 1.6 on the road. Do you know what? That's an interesting stat right there. Shane Bieber's walk ratio, 9 innings at home, 4.3. Home run ratio, 0.4 per 9 innings. So, that's really 25.1 innings pitch at home, 49.2 on the road. But that walk ratio is really big. And, Cleveland, they've been a pretty good under team the last couple of years. So we'll see what happens right there. Let me go to the MBI right here. Cleveland against those B-type teams, 9-13. And what's Boston's record on the year? They are 30-30. So this is the game where the Boston, the only team in the American League East, finally gets to go to the C Club. We'll see if that happens today. But I don't know. I think Boston's just happy they're not playing Tampa Bay. Yeah, kind of like Bieber, but it's like a traffic light. I'm stuck on the yellow right now, right? I'm stuck. It's pretty easy when you're handicapping. It's either stop or go. But now I'm stuck on the. Hey, speaking of traffic lights, don't you hate that? No, getting off track here, but that's why you watch the show, right? The Raymond rant. Hey, here's one of Ron's rant. One thing I hate. Not hate. Hate's a big word. Maybe despise or just uncomfortable with is that when you're driving and there's a camera light at that, they say you're going through a light and there's a camera at that light and you're looking at the little hand on the side and it's ticking down to when that the yellow's going to kick in, and you're between that range of do I brake or do I go? But if I go, I have to speed up. Will the light get me? Or if I brake, then the car behind me is going to be pissed. Hey, just things. I don't know why I thought about that right now. Maybe that yellow light just threw me right off. But hey, that's why you watch the show, right? Another one of Ron's Raymond rants. Thank you very much. All right. Anyways, one of my rants that I thought things that make you go But stuck on this yellow light here with the Cleveland Guardians, 53.8%. The last 3 games I've gotten under the total. I don't know. Maybe the total is where you want to lean. What does my calculator say here? What does the calculator say? Derek Paris says, "Hey Ray, can you do the bullpen percentage picks at the end of the show? Thank you so much for the pearls, coach." Yeah, for sure, buddy. Winds are blowing out to Dodgers game, 10 miles per hour to start the game. All right, that's what? Good angle, Scott. Very good angle. So the wind's blowing out at in Cincinnati. So what's the name of that ballpark again? Great American Ballpark. Yeah, there we go. So maybe that's why the total's so high. What's it at Wrigley today? What are they at Wrigley? Isn't the Cubbies at Wrigley? I don't think so, eh? Speaking of Wrigley and the Cubbies, see Stroman showing up. Was a Soto there with the slide. I accelerate through a yellow and I got pulled over by the cops and ticketed. And green means go, yellow means go fast. Scott Christensen. There you go, Scott. I know you're sitting at the casino right now, so I just thought I'd make you feel good. Hey, hey. Good old sound bites on a Ruby Tuesday. Hey, don't you guys miss the show? Don't you miss these sound bites? Hey, kind of wish we can go 5 days a week, but I know I'll just get burnt out again. Hey, all right. Let's get back to the game and Cleveland Guardians. Yeah, you know what, man? What did I say the calculator was? Let's go back here and let's go Boston against Cleveland. LOL, says Scott. All right, let me do this right here. 8.15, 0.29, 8.15. Yeah, you know what? But what's the total at? 7.5. See, there's the Bieber total, right? Anytime you get these Cy Young prospects, every year, there's every time you start the year, there's these, Tony Gonsolin, Bieber, all the, Garrett Cole, all the Cy Young aces, right? They always come with a price tag, but then then you got to use your. But one of my rule of thumbs is if I do have if I have a total of 6.5, 7 or 7.5, if I have an ace going, then I'm probably betting the under because the percentage of the ace having like a Cy Young game type thing is better in our favor than not, right? But but you got to keep track of the SBI, the SBI, and also the pitchers, right? I'm a pitchers guy. Like some people say I don't care about the pitchers. I was more of a pitchers analytics handicapper like back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, but ever since parity's come in the league, and you don't have those dominant Pedros, Randy Johnsons, Roger Clemens type pitchers anymore. There are some, but not. There seems to be there was more back in the day, unless I was just had my blinkers on or something. But anyways, spending about 10, just like artificial turf here. All right, let's get on to the next game. The New York Mets in Atlanta. Still, yeah. Hey, yellow light. Gotta get back to my yellow light here. It's like I want to take the Guardians. What's the percentage play? 53-42. But what's the strength of schedule on the Red Sox? I know I'm hanging on this game a long time, but I want to get it right. See, this is what scares me a bit. Strength of schedule. Remember I said the strength of schedule plays a big factor. When you're playing a team like Tampa Bay, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Houston Astros, the good teams, there comes a caliber of play against those teams that really you bring up, like bad teams with losing records bring their A game because they know that they want to beat those teams that are better than them, right? The competitiveness in the athletes. And you look at the Boston Red Sox, they got embarrassed at home against the Rays. They're going to be pissed off. And you saw Cora, right? You saw Cora yesterday. He was trying to light. He was, you know what? He knew what he was doing. Alex Cora, if you saw the game yesterday between the Rays, and I saw the highlight, and I saw Alex Cora, I said, you know what? He's trying to spark his team here and get ejected, or just so that he, set the table for the next series, right? I think that it might have worked. So, and the good thing for Boston, to get at home. When you're playing at home and you're losing, the best thing for you is get on the road and yeah. So you know what? I don't know. I might lean on Boston. Come on, Ron. On or off the fence? Jesus. All right, let's get on the New York Mets taking on the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are 170. And let me go back to that again. No, just kidding. New York Mets, 10 is the total. And today, Bryce Elder up against Carlos Carrasco of the New York Metropolitans. I should do a survey. Mets, are you happy with the Mets or disappointed with the Mets? 30-28. Do you think the New York Mets should have a better record than 30-28? Let me hear you guys in the bullpen. Do you guys think the Mets are having a good season? I don't. I don't think they're having a good season. I know they got a lot of issues and pitching problems. Stick 'em and with the Mad Max Scherzer's issues, and then you got was it Verlander, who's always injured. Yeah, so you know what? Some issues in New York, right? 3-game losing streak. Atlanta, 2-game win streak, coming off that 8-5 win against the Arizona Diamondbacks. 35-24 against those B-type teams. Let me see here. A B-type team. And let me go to my, where is it? Did I take it off? No, right here. Against the B-type teams. Wow, look at this. Is this right? Or is this the B column? Just want to make sure we're in the B column. Yeah, we're in the B column. Look at the New York Mets. The New York Mets have only played 8 games against B-type teams. You know what? Now that I see this, I'm really disappointed in the Mets. Everybody should beat the beatables. But you've only played 8 games against the B-type teams in 9 games. This doesn't look good for the Mets in the second half. If they played mostly the C-type teams, they played what? Do the numbers, 41 games against B-type teams, and you've only played let me see here, 9 and 8. That's 17 games against the A's and the B's. Not good. Could be a long second half here for the Metropolitans. Mets should be better, says Lee Clark. Absolutely. I think that the Mets could be I think they could be trouble second half here. If they're only playing the beatables, yeah, that's not good. Today they're playing tonight in Atlanta. 7:20 first pitch. 61.2% chance of winning for the Braves. 36.6 for the Metropolitans, who are 5-5. Strength of schedule. Who do they play the last 7? Let me see here. We'll go to SOS. Sending you an SOS. Hey, is that the Police? SOS. And the song. Sting. Let me see. New York Mets. 48.9. 3-4 in the last 7. 7-7 against teams with losing records. Yeah, Brave run line, says Derek Parra. Derek likes the Braves run line. You know what? Could be interesting. I do like the Braves here today. And, that's, as Stone Cold would say, give me Atlanta.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, Stone Cold says the New York Mets. Baltimore Orioles taking on the Milwaukee Brew Crew. Minus 125 is the line. 8.5 is Baltimore. You know, Baltimore is like my Arizona of the American League, right? Nobody believes in them. Everybody thinks they're going to, eventually fall. But looking at Arizona, right, Baltimore, don't look now. Baltimore, 4.5 games behind Tampa Bay. Bad news for Baltimore. They just, they picked a team that just played all the C-type teams the first month of baseball. That's the only reason why Tampa Bay is really that hot, because they just had a really good schedule. You give a team like Tampa Bay, say the Yankees, maybe Texas Rangers, you give them Oakland, Kansas City, and right off the hop, right at the beginning of the year, of course you're going to get out of the gate pretty quick, right? 88 out of the gate. And right now, that's Baltimore. Had it not been for Tampa Bay's easy schedule, how about our offense?
How about our offense? When are we going to put it together?
Yeah, no, their offense is fine there, Coach. It's the easy strength of schedule. And Baltimore, I want to see Baltimore's strength of schedule. Last 49, 54, and all they do is win, right? Look at that. 54.5% strength of schedule. Baltimore's playing some good teams. San Francisco, last game 8-3. Today we're giving them a 42.9% chance of winning against Freddie Peralta and the Milwaukee Brew Crew. Let me see Freddie's ERA is let me see, where is Freddie? Hey, where is Milwaukee? Come on, Ron, put your glasses on. Milwaukee, okay, Baltimore. Am I missing something here? Oh, there we go. All right, 5 and 5, 4.62. Kyle Gibson. So it looks like it's Kyle Gibson, 7-3, a 3.89 ERA. You know what? Kind of like Baltimore here. I do like the Baltimore. Let me see, what's their record on the road? 20-10. Wow. Hey, holy cow. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're at Milwaukee, 16-12 at home, and against those A-type teams, look at that, 3-7. Give me Baltimore plus 1.5. Baltimore's like Arizona. You just think they're going to fade. Pittsburgh, to some extent, those teams where you're thinking, okay, eventually they're going to start losing, and all they do is just hang in there, right? They just hang in there. I think Baltimore is one of those teams. And they're, Santander and all those guys, man, and Mountcastle, these guys are friggin' beast. Yeah, they're having really good seasons, especially Mountcastle, hitting in the cleanup spot, right? 4.62 for this is the computer pick now, keep in mind. So anytime I give a selection, it's my own personal pick and prediction that I'm going to give. But when I give, this is a computer pick, right? And again, when you watch the show, I don't always go with the computer pick, right? Sometimes I'll disagree with the analytics because this is based on the history, the coming off situation, and all the algorithms we put into the forecast. But I like Baltimore here, guys. I do like Baltimore here today. Baltimore versus B-type teams, 12-6, says John X. X hits the spot right there, Johnny? All right, St. Louis taking on the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers, 39-20. Finally getting it together for the Rangers, who were off a 4-3 win over St. Louis in their last game, 39-20. 34-21-4 to the over-under. But wow, is this, let me see their strength of schedule. Texas, I saw a Tampa Bay beginning of season on the strength of schedule. Nope. 47.9%, 6-1 against 47.9% strength of schedule. And look at this, the power rating, 65. Yeah, you know why they got a power rating of 65? Look at their record, the last 14 games, 11-3 against, but 52 is not too bad, right? In fact, I want to go see who they played here. Let me go here, bring it over, carry the 5. Let me see here. It's like I'm doing math or something. I go to my dashboard. Let's go to the MLB. And don't forget the blue. You guys see this here right here? The blue light. The light right here. That's the light Raymond report, right? But you want to get the green one. You want the full Monty. Let's go to the Texas Rangers. Why do I think of Chuck Norris when I say the Texas Rangers? Wasn't there a show back in the day, the Rangers with Chuck Norris? Having an 80s flashback right here. Another Ron Rant. Another Ron Raymond rant right there. There you go. Chuck Norris. Texas Rangers something. Remember Chuck Norris and the Rangers? Anyways, get back on track here, Ron. Texas Rangers, let me see their last, I want to see the last 10 games. Let me see. Yeah, Cardinals, Tigers, Orioles. Okay, they had the Orioles. This is why they're winning. St. Louis, Seattle. Well, Seattle, Seattle's a good team. Tigers, not so much. Orioles, let me see here if I do this. But yeah, Pittsburgh, and then Colorado. Okay, that's why. Yeah, little favorable strength of schedule, last 14. Texas on a 4-game win streak, minus 150 is the line. I had minus 200 as my value index, so you're getting a bit of a discount today against the Cardinals, who lost 4-3 yesterday. Extra innings, right? Cardinals, they're able to get on extra innings. St. Louis on a 4-game lose streak, chance of winning at 37.5, and you got Dane Dunning today against Matthew Liberatore for the Cardinals. And looking at Dane Dunning, 4-1, 2.06 ERA, a 2.06 ERA. Interesting numbers right there. I'm probably gonna have to lean with Texas in this one. And 4-game win streak. San Fran taking on Colorado, now back at Coors Field, where the Rockies at Coors this season. You can see Colorado is now 15-14, Jekyll and Hyde type team, right? They're Jekyll at home, they Hyde on the road, 11-21. Against the C-type team, 14-13. Two teams that are bearish. San Francisco on the road this year, 12-15, 11-7 against the C-type teams. And who are they sending? Dinelson Lamet against John Brebbia. This is going to be a bullpen game, right? Let's be honest, it's going to be a bullpen game. Wow. Dinelson Lamet's ERA, 2 touchdowns almost. 13.17 and 5. And it says here Sean Manaea. So keep an eye out. It might be Sean Manaea. I know we have John Brebbia on our forecast. I think the over is where you want to go here. I think 27 runs will be scored here tonight at Coors Field. LA Angels taking on the Chicago Cubs. You know what? It's like I gotta do a disclaimer every time I talk about the Angels. The most overhyped team the last 5 years. I'm sorry, but you know what? It's just I'm tired of just the hype on Mike Trout and the Angels, and it's just all they do is like they're a C-type team. Hey, basically I know they're B-type. It says here 31-30, but they're constantly breaking your heart. Angels looking at their record 31-30 in the year, 3-7 the last 10, and for the Cubbies, they're gonna send Hayden Wesneski to the hill today against Tyler Anderson of the Halos. Tyler's 2-1, a 5.47 ERA. Hayden Wesneski 2-2, a 4.81 ERA. Last 7 games for the Cubbies have gone under the total. And looking at the forecast, 5.03, 4.6 the over-under, landing on 9.63. And we're going to give the Halos a 53.6% chance of winning. And what's the tough. Let's see, neutral. Let me see what I have on the bet recommendation for the Halos. 4-unit bet. Wow, that's because they're at home and they're a B-type team. So it could be a good night for the Halos tonight against the Cubbies off a 5-0 loss to San Diego in their last game. And your final game of the evening will be at Petco. San Diego Padres taking on the Seattle Mariners. Logan Gilbert against Joe Musgrove. There's your highlight game of the night, where Musgrove, taking a look at his ERA on the season, is at 4.71, 3-2 win-loss record. Logan Gilbert, 3-3, a 4.08 ERA. Logan Gilbert on the road this season is 2-0. 2-0, and but a high ERA of 4.05, a whip of 1.14, and let me see, a strikeout ratio of 10.3 to 9. Yeah, well, pretty good strike ratio for the lefty or the righty Logan Gilbert against Joe Musgrove. Should be a good one. Minus 135 is the line on San Diego. I had minus 186. So you can see we do have a really good line value today on the San Diego Padres. I don't know if you can trust them though. Can we trust the Padres here? It's like it's so inconsistent. They are just. I'm going to go with Seattle. I'm going to like Seattle in this one. A 44.7, but they're on a 3-game losing streak. So we'll see if they can turn this around. What's Seattle's record on the road? On the road this season, 12-15. Right, we got to turn that around. But here's the good news. We got some good news.
Yeah, baby.
They're 16-3 against C-type teams. So bad news is they're bearish. Last 2 days. And there you have it. That is the report. And now I'm going to go to, you know what? Let me do the, I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. 11:03, pretty good show today. Hey, we talked about the yellow lights. We talked about Tony. He doesn't like bowling. Hey, George. Mike Trout. Hey, yeah, baby. All right, let's go to. All right, let's go to Ala. Let's go to the 80% Club.
We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about
80% Club.
Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
Not silly at all, because we are talking about the 80% Club stats that you can get with your membership each and every day right here at atsstats.com. Folks, $4.99 for a 7-day membership. Probably one of the best deals out there. All the tools in the toolbox right in your dashboard, and you can get access, right? CFL fans, now's the time to sign up. $4.99, 7-day membership. And if you love the membership after 7 days, then it's only $19.99 for the month and $99 for the season. The San Francisco Giants are 9-1 as an away team with a totals between 11.5 and 12.5 the last 2 years. So basically, they're 9-1 against Colorado. That's what that means, right? The Rays 16-2 as a home team, coming off an American Conference opponent this season, which is not surprising. The under 9-2 to the for the Halos as a home team, coming off a 7-game road trip the last 4 years. Where else are you going to get these type of stats, right? Maybe ChatGPT, but maybe not. I don't think ChatGPT can do that. The Phillies 9-2 as a home team, coming off a game where they scored 8 runs for the last 3 years. And let's see if we can leave you on a high note. Yeah, let's go with the Rays again. 17-4 as a home team versus non-division opponents this season. And those are your 80% Club stats, brought to you by the MLB Report right here at atsstats.com.
We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice, man.
I mean, how silly is that? All right, let's talk about the top 25 sports betting options today we'll go to Ron's favorites. These are all my favorite features at the website. So check out Ron's favorites. And your number one, let's go to Major League Baseball because CFL has not started yet. Major League Baseball, your number one sports betting option today is the LA Dodgers. LA minus 185 against Cincinnati. 10.5 is the over-under. Dodgers have been neutral here for 17 days. Neutral means they are 4-3, 3-4 the last 7 games. Strength of schedule is at 51%. Against B-type teams, they win 50% of their games. Good news, believe it or not, this is good news. Dodgers on a 2-game losing streak. Whenever you got a B-type team that's on a 2-game, 3-game, 4-game losing streak, their chances of winning the next game is higher than a C-type team. Think of it that way. On the road this season, they're 15-15, so a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde, right? Hey, you know what? Dodger lost today on the road. Now they got a losing record on the road. Minus 152 was our line, so over value. Give me that overpriced pizza at minus 185, and the chances of winning is at 50.9%. And those are your top 25 sports betting options pick of the day. All right, let's go make my picks today at bullpenpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can sign. Go to bullpenpicks.com. Folks, this is the Twitter of baseball. If you love baseball, this is the Twitter of baseball. You know how you follow people on Twitter? Follow the best baseball pickers free each and every day. Go to your following page. See, I'm not going to look at this. I don't want nobody to influence my picks. So this way, but even though they wouldn't influence me because I know what I like. Kansas City against, I'm going to go with 63% on the Marlins. I'm going to go with Taijuan Walker. I gave those guys a shot yesterday. But I'm going to go 54% on the Phillies. I do like Zach Eflin and the Rays at 58%. Man, Giolito and the Clark Schmidt. I'm not a big, Clark Schmidt. I think he's 1 game away from joining the bullpen. But I can't. The White Sox, Giolito, I can't do it. Can't. What does Mike Singletary say? Hey,
I will not tolerate players that think it's about them when it's about the team.
Can't do it. Oh, that's the wrong one. Come on, Mike. Where's my can't do it? I got a good can't do it. There we go.
Cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't go. I can't. Man, Yellow light time, eh? You know what? I think that's what I'll do now on the show. Anytime I'm pausing and I'm reflecting, I'll have like a traffic light with the yellow blinking light going, Ron is refreshing, Ron is thinking, eh? I have a yellow light saying Ron's thinking right now. Hey, what do you guys think? That's kind of funny. All right, Lucas Giolito, Clark Schmidt. Dude, man. You know what? This is anytime I'm like this, I gotta go to my fundamentals. Let's go to that Yankee Chicago White Sox. All right, actually, I can get it right here. Let's go back to my fundamentals, and the fundamentals are this. Where's the Yankees White Sox? It'll be up here. All right, number one. Where's the value? 175, 170. Okay, 142. So fair market value, both teams. Number two, the percentage play. 65.6, 43.8. And you know my rules, right? If it's 40% or higher on the underdog, you got to consider it. 5.2 to 4.2 on the forecast. All right. So then the performance cycles against C-type teams. Yeah, that nails it right there. 16-3 against C-type teams. All right. That wasn't too hard. All right. Back on green. Green light, go. Hey, green light, but not... let's go 16-3. That's pretty high. Pittsburgh, going to go with Mitch Keller. Yeah, I like Keller here today. You know what? I'm going to go 77%. I'm going to go Tommy Henry. 58%. I'm going to go back to Toronto. I think Manoah got those guys off a run. You know, Toronto, that first inning killed them yesterday. Take away that first inning, it's probably a ball game, right? I'm going to go with Tony Gonsolin. I don't see the Dodgers lose today. They go to a losing record on the road, 58%. I'm going to go with Shane Bieber. I know it was, the Boston Red Sox, but I can't go with Paxton. I'm going to go with Atlanta, 60% against Carlos. Freddie Peralta, Kyle Gibson. I got to go Orioles. I'm going to go Dane Dunning at 58%. You know what? I'm going to go 62% on the Rangers. Texas Rangers. What was that Chuck Norris thing again? Rangers, Texas. Come on, guys. Bail me out here. Hey, San Fran, Colorado. Man, what do you call it? That ERA is too high. I'm going to go San Fran. But Manea. I can't go Manea. This is like a 50. This is a 51%. Thanks for all the info, Coach, or Boston. So thank you, William Dryman. Appreciate you. Tyler Anderson, Cubbies. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the overrated Alos. 50. No, I'm not getting 57. You're not getting 57 out of me. You're not getting the 57 Chevy out of me. I'm gonna go with Joe Musgrove. I think Joe's the better pitcher in this spot at home. If it was Seattle, I would have went Logan Gilbert. But because we're at home, I'm going to go with Joe Musgrove. And those are my selections. And if you go to the, and I've been on a good run. In fact, I'm hitting 68% of my last 100. So knock on wood. And let me see. Here's the leader. So good news. Good news for the show is that the leader has made a selection. Walker, Texas Ranger. There you go. Thanks for bailing me out there, Scotty. All right, Cleveland. Yeah, we both like Cleveland. This is the leader now. This is the leader of the website I follow. Hey, Crockett and Tubbs picture in high school. See now, go down memory lane. In high school, when you have Halloween parties, I always dressed up as Crockett. Hey, I was a big Don Johnson fan with the white jacket and the white pants and the shoes. Hey, I was a big Don Johnson fan, Miami Vice back in the day. Hey, little memory lane for you guys. All right, what does that have to do with anything, right? Nothing. Miami, yeah, we both like Miami. I like them better at 63%. We both like Philly. We're both on the Rays. New York Yankees, Pittsburgh, Arizona. Look at that, man. We're all on the same page here today. Oakland, Texas, Colorado. Hey, wow, look at that. I think we got every pick the same. Pittsburgh. Okay, now you know what? This looks bad on me because he put in his picks first. But remember, I said I didn't want to look at his picks. I didn't want to be influenced. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Where I'm always normally when I check the people I follow, we're always like off like 2-3 games at the most. But today, I don't know if that's a good thing on time or if that's a bad thing. Hey, I don't know if that's. Let me see here. Hey, the Scott Christensen, is that you there, Scott? Christensen right here. Hey, on time 34, is that you? Man, we're on the same page here today. I'm not riding you. Hey, I'm not riding your picks. It's just that's how it worked out today. All right, yeah. So that's a wrap, as they say in show business. What do you think of the show today? It was a 6, a 5, a 7, a 3. Hey, rate the show in the. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. Rate the show in the comment section if the chat box was today out of 1 to 10. What was the show today? Maybe a 6, a 7, an 8. Hey, was it a 4? I don't know. Let me know. All right, have yourself a great rest of your Ruby Tuesday, June 6th. I'll be back on Thursday on June 8th. And, man, looking forward to football season with the Canadian Football League. And don't forget, get a membership today at atsstats.com. And it's only $4.99. And get access to the tools in the toolbox right here at atsstats.com. Folks, have yourself a great day. I'll see you back here for another one here on Thursday. Cheers. Harry Carey.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball. To be the man.
Well, that's awesome,
You
Scott.
gotta beat the man.
Joe owned the Chiefs.
Owns.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling. Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here? Woo!
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Hey, baby! We're gonna be here all day! We're gonna be here all day, baby! I like this kind of party!